Hello, this is Crunchy Cat, and today we are going to be learning all about trains. Yeah, and we're going to do a tutorial on a beginner's guide to trains in a tutorial style. So here we go. Let's start at the beginning. Rail track, kind of easy, isn't it? Just put down some rail track and then stick a train on it. The problem is that train's got to do something. So let's make a little circular track here. Kind of easy to put down track, and it automatically ghosts it for you, so you can you can put down quite a lot. So for instance, if you just we're actually using the mega base of chaos as a backdrop here. I mean, you can just do it like that and it just lays it. That's very good to know. And obviously if you're a beginner, you may not know this stuff, so I want to include as much as possible. Now then, we need a station marker. This is a train stop that basically acts as, well, I call it a station, because if we give it a name of A.AA, and I'm doing that so that I can then, when I look at add the station, it's up here. These are all the other stations in the mega base of content. Now you can see actually we've already been practicing this, so we're going to be mapping these out. So this will be kind of a fun thing to know what's going to happen. So we add the destination. Let me do that again, because I want to make sure that we cover everything here. So we've got our train stop, everything's good. We click on the train, we click add station, and then we simply add the station like that. And then we can go, and why can't it go? Here we go. We have to put fuel into the train for it to make it work. And in this case, I'm going to put coal in there. And off it goes. As soon as we put the coal in, it's now ready to go. And it stops. And the reason it stops is because it's got nowhere else to go. And it's been told to go to the station. There's no wait condition. You need to, when you add another station, let's do that now. So this will be the station that they're traveling to. Now, another important thing is a single track has a one-way system, and it has to go to the right of the rail. So here, the direction of travel is there, and so the train stop goes to the right of the rail. And we're going to call that A.AB. Let's keep it simple. So now, when we click on the train, we click on Add Station. We go to A.AB, and off the train goes. Now, what happens now, of course, there's no wait condition, so the train keeps going. And it even keeps going through the original stop, because its next stop is... Now, if we click on this train quickly, there is another way to do that, actually. Let me show you this. You click on the station, it's not the station, it's the train stop, but I always think of it in my mind as the station. And then that shows you the trains that are attached to that train stop. So you just click on there, and then you have your timetable, and then you can click circuit condition, which will stop the train, and circuit condition, and that stops the train. You can change it to time passed, so you can have like 30 seconds. So let's do it in 7, a bit smaller. Well, by the time we can, so we've got 3 seconds there. If we close that, then it won't stop at that station, and then it'll wait there for 3 seconds. And sometimes that's quite useful if you've got if you're picking up a mixed cargo, because sometimes if you put full, and if it's iron plate and copper plate, it may not fill all of one, but it will be so full that it can't it can't fill it completely, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm really explaining things well here. I think so. Right, let's stop him now. So what we're going to do next is, and then we can have a passenger present. This means so the train is waiting there, and then as soon as I get on, it leaves. And that's quite useful if you want to, I have like an Uber system where I have a train that just takes me around my base, because my base is a bit big. And so it's fairly simple. You can also switch. So if you have 3 stations, you know, you may want to switch the order. So you could go like, obviously with 2, it doesn't matter if you switch the order, because you can also have 2 conditions. So you could have a passenger present and a full cargo, or you could do passenger present or full cargo. And obviously you can mix them, and it can get quite sophisticated, and sometimes you need to have it sophisticated depending on what you're trying to do. Let's just stop the train now. Okay, so there we go. We've stopped it nicely. Now then, what happens when you... Now that, as a single track, that's brilliant. And when I first started my mega base, I had lots of these single tracks, and I didn't have 2 trains. I tended not to have 2 trains on one track, or even crossing the track. Occasionally I did, and then eventually disaster happens. So I want to let's do this then. Okay, we've got some iron ore down there. Well, we're not doing I have a rule in the mega base of chaos where you're not allowed to actually build on any resources. So it's kind of weird building on resources here. So let's say you have, now that's going to go, the direction of travel is this way. So that means the train stop goes there, and let's call that A.AC. No, not 1, A.AC. Now, and then if we make that condition, we add that station there. Let's give it time past 3 seconds. It's very difficult. You get zeros out and then just a little bit. There we go. Although I wonder if you can do it by typing it. I think you can. Yeah, look, 3. Yeah, okay. Well, duh. Okay, and yeah. So let's get him off out. Okay, so he's off now. So he's going to wait there 3 seconds. Now, we're going to do, there's no path there now. Now, this is interesting because why is there no path? Well, there's no path because like a numpty, I haven't finished. Now, obviously I did that deliberate so that you would know not to do that. You need to finish that. Now, what we're going to do now is add signaling. Now, signaling is confusing. And I'm not going to say it's confusing to some people. It's confusing to everyone. And I don't care who you are. Right. How we're going to do this is, you can see now, all this track here is blue. That means it's one block. Any other train that is on this will not... No, I don't think it will... I always forget, you know. So I have to remind myself by doing this. So if I put another train on there, and so, no, it will move. If I add AC here, it will move, and this is what will happen. Bang, and I'm sure you've all had that happen, and I've got bots, so they get quickly repaired. So what we're going to do here, and I tell you what, another thing that I found out way too late was you can change the color of the chains, and this is very useful when you want to see what each train is doing, and you can color code them for if they're delivering certain things, and it's very useful. So what we're going to do now is put in a signal. So we will, and the way we will, if we put a signal there and a signal there and a chain signal here. Now I'm going to do this first and then explain. I'll put it there. I didn't reach. Let me put it there. So that now, let me you have to select the rail signals to be able to see the coloured blocks. So now you can see there's two colours. There are two blocks on these tracks. The rule is this train here, which is on this purple block, will not enter this block here, which is a blue block, until that block is empty. So that train has to leave this blue block. And so let's do that now. So let's put this is AB, isn't it? So let's put an add station AB where he'll wait, because we don't want to go nuts. This is AC, isn't it? Yeah. So he'll go to AC. Right. So he's going to go off. He's now, this is interesting because he's now entering, and of course all these mistakes are deliberate. He's now entering the block that this train is on. Therefore, that train will stop at that light. It's a red light. It's the same with that light there. He's entering that block. He won't enter it. I keep saying he. Oh, of course, trains are he. Spies is a she, but trains are he. Okay. So what we do for that is we put, once we put this stop here, it will create a new block. Watch. See, it's created the yellow block, and then it will stop there. Maybe we don't want it to stop there. Maybe we want, well, we want it to stop there. Well, it stopped at the station first. Did you see that? And then it moved, but then it stopped. We don't want any train to crash into the back of there, so we put a chain signal. And let's say we wanted two wagons to be there. And that allows us to have that space. So now, so he cannot go on the purple, but he can go on the blue, because look. So he can travel on the blue, he can then travel on the purple, but he can't travel on this next blue. So let's see what happens now. So he moves off, he waits, but he moves away. And he's waiting at the station. That's right. I wonder what he was doing then. So he's waiting at the station, and then he can go, and then he'll stop there because he's going back to AAB. So you see what happened there? So if we put let's see, if we put wait conditions time passed. No, time passed AAB. 3 seconds. Now we've done it again, haven't we? And this is good to see. Rather than just a straight tutorial, I'm showing you the mistakes that you may make, because obviously we haven't. Let's just switch back to the rail, to the block planner. We haven't yet isolated this section that this train is on, and he's trying to enter it. So we need to go and sort that out. If we do this, and then also we add a chain signal. Now the chain signal basically repeats that signal there, but then the train will stop there, and it will also stop in that block there. And you can see there the chain stop there. Now if let's put a wait condition of time passed 3, 3, and then time passed 3. Yeah, he's moving, so we're not going to see. There we go. So now they're both on 3 seconds, and you can see how they're moving. And I think this is really important. Actually, previously to this, I found out how to put the keep the lights on, keep the night, but I forgot to put it in this. I thought I did it. Maybe I restarted the game. Sorry about that, but it's going dark, but at least we can still see things. So he's stopping at the train station, and let me put on so we can watch this. So each time they are never entering a coloured block that another train is in, and the signalling will make that block. One train signal will split the block and create another block in between the two signals, but then you put the chain in as well, which also kind of echoes the signal that's in front of it, and that becomes useful when you want to, well, do like this so you have a gap, but also when you want to have a gap when there's a crossroads. So let's do that next. I think that's a good way. But this is it's quite fascinating when you build this. And it took me hours and hours and hours to figure this out. And I wish I'd seen something like this. It kind of explains, you can explain it just by watching it. You know, your brain takes it in. You kind of understand it then. So every time there's not... So if this train here leaves here and this train is trying to go there as well, it can't, because this is... all of this bit is the same. He hasn't moved for a while. Why hasn't he moved? Oh, here we go. Because he was on a timer. And there we go. And when you realise, when you understand it, it's kind of, it becomes second nature. You just do it that way. So let's leave these chaps. Let's I'll shut them down. I quite like the colour of that train. It's a good colour, isn't it? And we shall build. I've already built it, but kind of like a chef. Oh look, we've got cliffs. Should we get rid of these cliffs? Kind of like a chef who's already. But I'm not doing. It was just a practice. So, right. So if we have a straight rail down, and then we go like this. And then we cut across here, which is going to happen. You are going to have situations like this where trains, I mean, you can have increasingly complex. I might show you the junction if we have time. So if you have a situation where you've got crossovers like this, and we've got a station here. Okay, let's go that way. Let's go that way. Let's go that way, and let's go that way. Oh, we have to name them. What are we on? Right, so if we go A.BA, is that one? Yeah. So then this one becomes A.BB. You see where I'm going here? And that can become A.CA. I'm trying to have a logical A.CB, a logical naming convention, and then we put our trains down. So let's put a train. I'll tell you what, let's give them a wagon, because I'd like to make it realistic as possible, because obviously you're not going to... Which way is... Yeah, I guess it is going that way. You're not going to have trains without wagons, really. And we need to have some fuel. Dub. Let's just do half here, half there. Right. Shall we bother with a different colour? Yes, of course. Never attempt the train without a decent colour. Oh, a nice purple. Right then. So, what's going to happen here? He's going to AB. And I'll set him off. Oops. Okay, so there you can see the problem with that. We don't want a train to be crashing into there. And that eventually is going to happen if we do that. If we set this one off to AC, and then ACB, let's give it a colour. There you go, nice green. Okay, so he's gonna. Although the it needs repairing, so the repair bot is trying to chase it. Okay, we're not going to do that. Right, again, we can click the station. I know it's a train stop, but I'm calling it a station, and we can just stop the train. And it's stopped there because it's got a wagon. Oh, it's covering the track. So what we need to do is have a situation where they don't. Now, they will not enter this track if there's a track on the perpendicular. Now, the way I remember it is a snake's head. So the signal becomes the snake's head, and then the chain is the snake's body. And this way it's, well, you see here we've got the stations, so we can put that there. Actually, did we put it there? No, and then that will go there. So we can see now, we've now made a cross here where that section of the track is not going to be entered if a train comes along here, if there's one across there, or vice versa. Okay, so I hope you can understand that. So we have to do that with every section. So we put down signals there, and then we put down, and this, you know, this is shown on the train tutorial, but it's always good to learn things. It's always good to learn the same thing in different ways. So now, when we set them off, no wait conditions. Let's just go for it. Right, we can. So, right. So we should see, let's get it. Now he's stopped there. Can you see the mistake again? These, I believe you, these mistakes are deliberate. I just want to see if it makes sense to have these mistakes in, because, so what I've done then, I've just made another block. So there you go. Each, now there's not one here, of course, is there? No. So we need to put one there. Each crossroads must have, well, let me put the, there we go. We can see the cross there. So each crossroad, so no train will enter. We haven't got one there, have we? So we're still not finished. And of course that was deliberate. Yeah, we didn't put a chain signal there. Oh, we've only got one left. There we go. We haven't got one here either. No, we haven't got a chain left. Look, so one there. So you can see it's quite a lot. Well, this is compressed, isn't it? Wow. So now they've reached a point. That one slowed down a little then. They've reached a point. It's like an equilibrium, and they're never going to crash into each other. And the reason why the lights are flashing, so they're green for go, and then when a train approaches, look at that, red. Oh, because he's run out of petrol. He ran out of petrol. He's run out of fuel. Why isn't his fuel up? He's out. No, he's out of reach. Okay. Yeah, he's run out of coal. There we go. Let's get him going. Well, that was an interesting example. So there you go. And I hope this, teaching you this way, rather than just going through a little bit, just doing the interaction, you can see where. So I was saying about the colours. So it's happening a bit fast. So when it's yellow, so you see it's green, then it's red, and then it's yellow when the train approaches. So green. So if you're at signal and you're on the track and it goes yellow, get out the way. They're flashing quick just because of the everything's compact. You would never normally have a situation like this because it'd be ridiculous, wouldn't it? And the idea obviously is you would have like a chest with something here, and then it would load here. Although you wouldn't have the track right there. Now, of course, they ran out of coal quick, didn't they? I think I might have some. Yeah, let's have some rocket fuel. Nuclear fuel. There we go. Okay, so this is nuclear fuel. The good stuff. Now then, this is interesting because you can see the difference in the speeds. And you can see how easily they would crash into each other if this signalling wasn't there. And I think that's it really. I mean, you can see on the map here what I had already done. So I'd already done that one. That is the same thing as this. So I don't know why I did it twice. I was just practicing maybe. And you can see here, now don't look at, okay, this one's good. So you can see these, I've designed these like roundabouts where the train will come in, and that's a chain there. And then when it leaves, there's a signal, a rail signal. And all of this area inside is one block. So if another train is on the block, another train won't come in. Thus, the block, it never, no train ever waits on the block, and so it won't stop. But of course, if it stops when it comes out, so if a train comes down here and it stops here for some reason, obviously that is going to stop that exit because you can't have that. What I did here, I can show you. This is kind of craziness. This, yeah, but we don't need to. They're completely experimental. But okay, so I hope you've learned something from this. This is oh, that's run out of petrol again. I know it's cold. Yeah, that's my train lesson for the day. Tell me what you think of it. I feel like I might do it again. So because there is quite a lot more to learn about the trains, but you learn by doing. And once you get this basic system, you know, it's so difficult to go from a single track, because then, of course, then you're going to be putting in parallel lines. So what I do a parallel line that is 2 rails wide. So 1, 2, 3. So I do my track like that. And the reason is because, well, one reason is if you want to change the direction, you can do it like that. You can connect to the opposite track. If you're too close, if you're like here, where it, oh, come on, where's it gone? If you're here and you're building, you can't do that. No, I'm not saying that you can never have the track, and it depends on your style as well. And also it works very well when I'm laying right, where's my blueprints gone? Right, if I put my the circle where, oh yeah, because I've changed everything around. This is like, there we go. So if I'm putting a junction down like so, that already has a 2 rail distance, and I can easily, obviously I put a signal in for that junction there, for that switch, and there we go. Oh, yeah, and I wouldn't have done that, so ignore that bit. And this enables me to move very quickly. And once you have all these in your blueprints, you can go very quickly. And just yeah, it's a lot of fun. Trains, to me, Factorio is trains. It's not belts. I like the trains far more than I like the belts. So I'll leave that with you, and hope you enjoy it. And I'll see you on the next one. And if you like this video, yeah, give it a like. That'd be good. Thanks. Bye.